Alright, and we are back. Chisuhiro here, coming at you some more content. Today I'm showing you a Machina deck profile that I've had success with. I tried a few variations, but so far this variation feels the best. A lot of things you can change in this, so I'll go through the card by card and I think mix up, but otherwise let's get into it. So we run Triple Maxi, Triple Ash Blossom, and 2 Calibi, aka the Maxer dual attacks. But you know, these are quite effective and very nice. 3 Machina Gear Frame. Gear Frame lets you, when it's summoned, draw another Machina monster from your deck to your hand. And then you kind of start off plays. Sometimes you can go Gear Frame into Unclasp Bear, into Gear Giant X. I'll go into that a little more. It has a secondary effect that once per turn you can target machine monster you control, equip this card to it, or unequip this card and special summon it. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, destroy this card instead. So we can give one of your boss monsters like an extra life, so to speak. I don't really use that as there's other uses for there in the deck, but it's good to know because for those niche situations. Re-Savager is fantastic unless you discard from your hand. Well, send this card from your hand to your graveyard, and you can target any machine and monster you control. It gains 1200 attack. Lets your bigger monsters get over their bigger monsters. When the Machina monster destroys another monster by battle, it comes back to your hand. So you can constantly just discard this in outlets, and then he can just keep coming back. That's fantastic. And giving you help you just go over those hurdles. Unclasp Spear. Unclasp Spear is pretty cool. When he's drawn, other than a normal draw, like if you draw him off of redeployment or gear frame, he special summons himself from the hand to the field. When he is summoned, you are allowed to dump a Machina monster from your deck to the graveyard, giving you access to your fortress and citadel. So nice little combo is typically gear frame into Unclasp Spear, be able to make Gear Giant X, detach one of them, and then get a Re-Savager and also dump whatever you need in the graveyard. Fortress is a cool card. When Fortress, you discard machine monsters whose levels equal 8 or more. Crazy thing is, he counts for his own effect. So being a 7, he literally just needs one any other machines like a Gear Frame, Casper, or Re-Savager, which you can get back during card by battle. So it's actually really nice to be able to just summon him, and then of course from his graveyard effect, he can be summoned from the graveyard by discarding a card. So he's just easy to get out. Metal Cruncher, we've run 1 currently. Tried Model 2 might be okay. Don't think I like 3 at all in this deck. From my testing, in Earth Machines, Metal Cruncher is awesome. And this, not so much. And that means we need to maybe splash some Infinite Track something in this later builds. But in this build, yeah, 1. When he's summoned, he usually either discard for Fortress or something to summon off of the Overdrive. When he's summoned, unless you can reveal 3 Earth Machine monsters to your opponent. They pick 1 to give you. That's gonna be his normal summon if you don't think the cards in the field. His attack was 1800. So, around pretty okay card. Citadel, big boss, another one of the boss monsters. Can't be normal summon in their set. Just dump him in the graveyard with your effects. Then he special summons himself to the field when an Earth Machine is destroyed. He also can destroy a machine monster on your field, destroy all your opponent's monsters on their field whose attack is equal or less to that machine monster destroyed. So he's really nice there to get out. You have great ways to dump him in this. And then another one of the big boys, Lord of Heavenly Prison. Now you may want to run this at 2. Still playing with the numbers. I have had success with 3. I kind of deeply do want to see them. I do run a lot of cards that can be back row or so let me kind of explain what he does. During your main phase, you can activate this card. He was revealed in your hand, and then set cards on both sides of the field, mind you. That's both set monster cards and set spell and traps can no longer be destroyed. So do keep that in mind that your opponent's set cards will also be immune to this. Will also be immune to destruction. So just keep that in mind before doing that. And his other effect is, when a set card is activated, he can special summon himself to the field. So you can actually just like set Pot of Extravagance, then activate Pot of Extravagance and summon him. And he comes out. And if he was revealed when you summoned him, when you you will also be able to set a card field. So it's great when you reveal him on your opponent's turn and activate one of your traps, get him out, and then you're able to get another card for the next turn. Be able to grab Extravagance or Redeployment is usually pretty powerful. Or Trap card to deal with a problem on the card. We'll get into the resource generation. So he's fantastic in level 10. Him in Citadel can often get that. You can often go into a level 10 play. And Extravagance, because honestly we don't care about the extra deck all that much. The plays are great and all, but this is just pot of great for this deck usually. There's draw 2. So that's fantastic to dig deeper, get your resources going, get your plays on. Machina Redeployment, being able to discard. I was trying different numbers. I do think I like a 3. It is pitch 1, draw 2. Should discard instead of pitch to get the lingo correct there. But anyway, if you discard a Machina card, you can get any Machina cards, even the Overdrive, which would be nice. If you discard any monster, any card at all, actually, non-Machina card, you can get any 2 Machina monsters. And I think currently I like it at 3. I do actually like seeing this. Let's dig in deeper into the deck. You can find something you should discard and try to find your pieces. But this might be better at 2. More than 1, so 2 or 3. Personally, I like 3 so far. Calm of the Grave, we talked about. Tribute, just a blowout spell. I don't have any Solomon Strikes. This could probably Solomon Judgment. I do have. If you everyone had that from the bundle, it might be better than Compulse actually. Looking at this, but this is a nice little extra trap. You can probably just cut it all together and go to 41 cards. I can see you cutting down Compulse in 1 Lord of Heavenly Prison or 1 Machina Redeployment, or cutting 3 out and then adding 3 more traps. Hype traps like Solomon Strikes if you got them. Heads up, but Compulse has done nice things for me. Imperm, this is fantastic going second too. I really like this card, being able to, just hype impact trap, but also going second it lets you not to be so dead in the water, especially nowadays. Kind of throw Sword Soul off, being able to kind of just stop there, because Sword Soul being the most popular deck doesn't need special normal summon, whether that be Mogi or Taya. Often be able to stop them from acting their effects can be a big deal. Machina Overdrive is a great card. Then you destroy machine monster on your field to summon a Machina monster from your deck to the field. So sometimes you're able to summon like Metal Cruncher. Yeah, it sits on the graveyard, and you get Metal Cruncher out. Metal Cruncher will search something, and then sigil some of the stuff in the graveyard. Allows for nutty turns. Also lets you shuffle 3 Machina monsters back in your from your deck, from your graveyard to, or banished, mind you. This is insane because it takes the banished ones as well, which typically means if someone called by your Citadel, you're able to just get it back to the deck and recur that. Ice Dragon Prison's fantastic. Being able to target a monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon to their field. Effects are negated, and you can banish one monster from both players' fields. So this can blow out Sword Soul. They go into their boy, go to their search. And when they summon Long Yuan, for instance, the field with the combo, you can summon Mogi or Taya and get rid of Long Yuan, stopping, in the left with a Shizhao, which is nice, which is a lot easier to beat than Baron Shizhao or Grandmaster Shizhao. And then triple skill drain because we play some big dumb monsters that can summon themselves. Doesn't need any field effects. Plus, Scavenger can be really insane. So we're able to run it. Extra deck, you're a Giant Eggs. I'd like to run more of this, especially with the Extravagance. It's just a UR, and I just don't care to craft more of this, I'll be honest with you. If you got it, get it. I don't know. I don't really think it comes up too often, so I don't know if I'd tell you to craft it. Especially if this was an SR, I'd say you definitely have 3. But being a UR, I'm like, meh. I'm sure there's other things you could throw in this deck for you, for UR dust that could be even superior to that. To be quite honest with you. Triple Army Hybrid Wolf, let's machine with another machine monster attack directly. If this destroys a card by battle, it can turn into one of your level 10s, which is kind of cool. So then you can overlay those level 10 into Libe. Vespero, after you do this combo with summoning Gear Frame and then Casper going into Gear Giant X, you can go to Vespero, which is nice. This card cannot be used, blah blah. If this card is text, it does piercing. If this card is XYZ summoned and owner's control destroyed by opponent's card, you can target one level 5 or lower monster in your graveyard, or still summon it. So that's another recurring effect. Big Eye. Sometimes you get 2 fortresses out. Honestly, Big Eye is just kind of like a fun little thing that doesn't really come up too often. But I noticed since I had both on the outs, and I was able to kind of this lets you steal opponent's monster. Sometimes something an annoying monster like DPE rarely comes up, so it's I don't think you need it. You can just throw another one like generic. I mean, you're really going to levels with that option, but hey, you never know. And then of course Gustav, the training package, Dora, and Libe, and of course because if you have the capability of going into XYZs, XCs, whatever, man, consistently, Zeus is just a go. All right, let's get into that gameplay. Alright, let's get to that game 1. Nice going second game for you. Versus Dinos though. Luckily this kind of shows, this is like a patience in Ash Blossoms. So we kind of wait to see Ideal and then, you know, wait for the Ideal play, and finally we stop the Fossil Dig. This shuts down his turn, really great for us, and she's kind of bricked. So here we go, Extravagance. It's a draw too. It basically is kind of combo lock here. Damage in. Then go into next. Get the Scavenger to the field. Activate the Prism, go into Vespero. Boom. Pretty solid all around. Skill drain and such, but it's in attack mode. That is what it is. So skill drain it. He just missed a Saurus, so it says it's blow up his one card he had. Going maybe some Citadel and Lord of the Heaven Prison. This is kind of nutty. You grab an Ice Dragon Prison. I grabbed the Ice Dragon in case he was something in Dinosaur. I could pull Dinosaur from his graveyard and banish them both. But he had nothing. I expected him. I assumed he had more. Yeah, and that's the game. Easy peasy. Alright, on game 2. Alright, here we go. Thing. Get Imperm because life is unfair. Maybe we should just max it right away. So kind of like, wait for the guaranteed. But there is a play to shotgun it there, honestly. It's either just hard passes, or we just take them out. So, quick note, I misplayed that badly. It's a shame because I play against these enough to know that she'll get, the combo is getting Maximus. You want to tribute there after they summon Maximus, just to kind of completely shut them down. So I got a redeployment for the draw. But yeah, that was a huge misplay on my part. And that could be potentially game like ending misplay, you know? Like he is able to dime me resources. Oh, because I played that badly. So we can pull the trigger. So we go ahead and spot agreed. I should just say that the joke is the base by this deck. And then we get to see what Reef Scavenger can do. Scavenger comes back after we destroy something. Look how wonderful that is. These schisms beats me out. I was hoping he could summon something. Makes sense. Should've waited. Location. Summon. I wasn't even gonna respond to that. I guess it's on summon. There's a time warp again. We just had a skill drain on. Here's left with droplet. attack. Let's overdrive to blow up our boy. Which triggers our other boy to come back. Hiya! Pump our boy up. And we get our boy back. Yeah, that's kind of insane there. That really shows what your Savager can do as well as some like the general plays. Alright, here we go. Next game. So this one's really more to show what a lower heavy prison can do. And also like this kind of showcases like our resource generation ability. And what like kind of the wildness what you can do here. You can see we just keep hopping out. Bringing our graveyard we need. We go into Dreadnought. So we can go into level 10. We'll make a minor misplay here. I activate Dora instead of I meant keep Dora to go into Zeus so that I could just have I wanted the 4 materials just kind of shut it down in my back row and then that. So basically feeling pretty good about whatever happens. He does Stirs. Yu-Gi-Oh players don't read cards. Just take the Anima route out. I can call it by just so I can summon one definitely prison here. Attack mode. That's that. So Village is not a bad target. Go up Zeus. Yeah, probably should have a better play there. Safer, but I wanted to end it quick. I didn't think he had anything. But yeah, that was kind of showcasing like how much we can draw and how much just kind of the resource generation in this deck, as well as showing Heavily Prison's effect at full. But alright, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know what other content you'd like to see in the future, and stay beautiful.